Welcome to the More Than Just a Doctor podcast. I'm your host, Lil Suprenant, MD. I'm a life coach for physicians, a practicing hospitalist, a wife, a mom of 2 boys, a reader, a dancer, a dolphin enthusiast, and all the things. Just like me, you're more than just a doctor, and that's what we're going to talk about each week. Doctor stuff, regular life stuff, and all the things that make life rich and interesting. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get started. All right, welcome, my friends. I'm Lil Suprenant. I'm your host of this podcast, More Than Just a Doctor. And today I have another short and sweet episode for you. This is just a little thought exercise to get you heading in the direction of a life you love. If you don't love your life now, this is something to work toward. If you do love your life now, I still want you to do this exercise because, one, I love appreciating what you have and kind of fluffing up that enjoyment. And two, you may do this exercise and feel like there's a tweak for maximum enjoyment. So I did this myself just yesterday. This is what got me thinking about it. And what I want to invite you all to do is write down a schedule, like your actual week from 3 years from now, a regular week, not your vacation to Bali or whatever, but your regular week, and write down what you actually want to be doing. I found this interesting for myself, one, because it wasn't too far from what I'm actually doing. And it actually did make me question, do I have a failure of imagination? But actually, so I've spent the last day really reflecting on this, and I actually think, no, I don't think so. I think I've spent a lot of years sort of heading towards days and weeks and then months and years filled with stuff that I actually really enjoy doing. So basically, all I want you to do is put yourself 3 years in the future. And 3 years is, in my mind, sort of a good conceivable distance. It gives you some time between now and then. If your week on your ideal list doesn't look like your week now, it gives you some time to work towards it. And that feels like an actual achievable goal. And why I want you to write down your actual schedule, what you actually want to be doing, instead of a list of goals for that time, is I think I'm all for goals. Don't get me wrong. This is just another way of coming at creating that life that you love. I really think it benefits us to think, what do I actually want to be doing on a Tuesday? Not some fantasy of, I'm going to be retired. I'm going to retire early and do whatever I want. Okay, literally, what does whatever you want mean? So here's what I suggest. Really let yourself go wild. Anything you want is possible. This is just a regular week. So for me, that's a week during the school year. My 3-year imagination is that the kids are at school during the Monday through Friday, and this is what I'm actually doing Monday. And I wrote down kind of like you would on a calendar, what I want the time to actually be filled with. Another reason I think this is helpful, and maybe not for all of you, maybe some of you don't do what I do, which is, in my head, I think of more things that I want to be doing than could possibly fit into a fucking day or a week. So when I make myself actually write down, okay, what does this schedule look like that I'm doing, the things I most want to be doing in 3 years? I literally had to be okay, I wrote one and it didn't have as much time for exercise as I actually want to be doing. So I shuffled some stuff around. So basically, start Monday as if you're sort of writing out a schedule for yourself, and you're 3 years in the future, you're doing exactly what you want to do. And what does that look like? So the things that you might want to put on the calendar would be, are you going to be exercising? And I put like specific exercise on some of the days. Like I put Wednesday, I'd be working with a personal trainer before 10 in the morning. Like, so not crazy. And Friday dance class at 10. So not like crazy specific, but kind of given a flesh outline so I could actually imagine myself going through the week. I put the days that I wanted a housekeeper to come. I put the day that I would have a meeting with my team, what days I'd be running errands, the whole thing. So I did Monday through Friday, fairly scheduled, like our lives typically are. Our lives are typically a little more scheduled Monday through Friday, and to see what it looked like. And then the weekend, I put, a couple things I'd like to be doing. And for me, I found it's actually not too far off from what I'm doing now. So yay. Basically, it's coaching. I kind of squished the hours. So coaching about the same amount of hours, but I've compacted them so that I have some chunks of time to do some stuff that I'm not doing now regularly, but that I would like to, like going to the library, going to a museum, long bike rides, like more scheduled chunks of leisure time. That's something that I really look forward to. I've had that in the past, and I've sort of gotten away from that. So I'm just looking at my list and talking to you guys. That's kind of what my ideal week looks like. That's my 3-year week. And so I'm going to be thinking about this as I'm making schedule changes over the next year or so, tweaking this so that it fits more into this ideal schedule that I've cooked up. And for mine actually did look fairly similar to what I'm doing now, but I want to invite you. Your ideal schedule for your 3-year future self does not have to look at all similar to what you're doing now. And I want you to allow yourself to write it down, even if it seems totally insane. If you are right now a doctor in clinic Monday through Friday, and you want to be training horses or riding horses or whatever 3 days a week as your ideal, like, what are you doing on a Tuesday? Like, write it down. We'll never get to where we want to be if we don't acknowledge our deepest wishes. That's been a theme the last couple episodes. So this is just another tool to get you thinking and playing around with this. And as always, I love to hear from you guys. If you've done some thought on this and you've come up with anything, please let me know. Reach out in email or DM me, or come up to me at the hospital if we see me there. And I want to hear what your ideal week on a regular week looks like in 3 years. Have a great day. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you like this episode, you're going to love working with me directly. Sign up for email updates from me in the show notes. I'll send you a fun email every week called Friday Favorites. Everyone loves it. Or if you're ready to get started creating your rich and interesting life, book a free consultation with me to explore working together one-on-one. I can't wait to meet you. You'll find these links and other resources in the show notes. See you next week.